All right, what's up, Jawan? We are live, and hey guys, well, we got a treat for you. We're about to watch the newest and final, and as I told Jawan, we'll get the final trailer, but we'll get like 15 more TV spots before this movie's released. For the upcoming Halloween Kills sequel to obviously the movie that came out in 2018, the much anticipated and awaited sequel because we've had to wait an extra year because of COVID. So that movie finally drops on the 15th. And as my friend told me a couple of weeks ago, which I'm a little excited because now I got some options, it's also going to be streamed on Peacock. So if I can make it out to the theaters, which I do, I told you, Joanne, when we went to see Shang-Chi, I said that Halloween Kills is probably the next movie I want to see in the theaters. So I'm probably going to end up going to do that. But again, and I don't have Peacock. I actually would have to pay for the subscription, but I think it'd be worth it if we do it. All right. So let's watch the trailer together. I've only seen it once. This is only the second time I'm seeing it. And then we'll do some reactions. All right. Let's do it. Now, guys, we tested it. It should be loud enough. So let's do this.
Hey, what are you guys doing out here?
It's Halloween. We've been trick-or-treating.
Are you alone?
There's a creepy man in a white mask,
Where?
and he keeps like trying to play hide and seek with us.
Where did you see him? Look! Run! Go home now!
I locked the door! No! Come on!
We killed Michael. My grandmother set the fire.
No one told you.
Told me what?
Michael Myers is alive.
A man couldn't have survived that fire. "40 years ago, the boogeyman came for us. We are the survivors of Michael Myers.
Glory, what do we do?
We fight.
Mom,
Our family will kill him.
we're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
He is not going to stop killing until we stop him.
If you track Michael's victims, that's a straight line to Michael's childhood home. Someone's in our house.
He is coming for me, but I'm coming for him.
You wanna kill someone? Take me! Michael!
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes.
Yeah. So now, did you ever get a chance to watch the 2018 one or no?
I just have to finish it. I've seen
Okay.
it. I've seen most of it. I just haven't had a chance to finish it.
All right. Now this trailer definitely shows more than the first one did. It's and I was worried that it was going to show too much, as some trailers tend to do. What did you think? You think it showed enough, or it showed too much?
I don't know. To me, with horror movies, it's not like anything else. I don't really need the necessarily the element of surprise. It's just a matter of don't let the best kills be the stuff that I see in the trailer.
Right.
But story-wise, it's never something I'm like, oh man, like you gave that away. It's kind of like, no, I'm here kind of just for the kills. You know what I'm saying? So to me personally, just don't put all the best kills in the trailer.
And Halloween is supposed to kill, as the title says.
Yes.
Now, when the first teaser or trailer dropped, my friend made a point, and I didn't think so, but I'll ask you. Did you see the first trailer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first trailer basically reveals how he emerged from the fire, and he goes to town on the firefighters that are putting out the fire. And my friend basically said, I kind of wish they would have left that part out, because I mean, those kills were pretty brutal. As is, and I talked about this with you before, as is the one, which I think the last kill we seen before the trailer ended was when he kills that old couple basically with a light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so I probably, I'm in agreement with you. It is not much plot you can give away in a trailer, but don't give away some of the best kills. So if they showed those in the trailer, I'm either hoping that more is to come, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more to come,
Right.
but there's going to be even more brutal ones because that trailer, for some reason, I'm watching with you, and this is the second time I'm seeing it. It felt like a long trailer.
It did feel long.
Like, didn't you feel? It felt like, okay, am I watching the movie?
Yeah, I don't think I ever need my horror movies to be more than maybe a minute and some change. 2 minutes to me is just all right. You're probably showing me a lot of stuff that I want to actually see in the, you know what I'm saying, in the movie. Because like I said, I'm not too keen on story. I get that this is a large story.
Yeah.
I just want the kills. So it's
Right.
like, don't show me all the cool kills in the trailer, because then it's just like, well, I don't really care about the story. So you're ruining my whole anticipation of seeing it, putting all the cool shit in the trailer.
And the other thing that's stuck in the back of my head as well as I'm watching this, and you the stakes are raised to the point, is Laurie Strode going to meet her doom? Is Jamie Lee Curtis finally going to basically die on screen? Although she did in another movie, but that's now retconned. Or well, not or, but the fact of the matter is, this is a sequel to the one that we just seen a couple of years ago. But at the same time, there's another one coming out next year. So the movie's not even being wrapped up. Like, it says Halloween Kills, but he's not dying. So we already know that Michael Myers, for the most part, I mean, I don't know exactly what they would do, otherwise, because there is another film coming out next year. We all know he's going to survive this, indefinitely. There's another one coming out.
Right.
So it's another thing that looms in the back of my head. Look, I loved 2018 version. I did. I know you were very high on the Rob Zombie one, the first one. And, rightfully so. I thought his vision was one that needed to be told, but was told in a really good way. I think the sequel was crap. Part 2 sucked, but his vision of what Michael was as a child was what I wanted to see, was what I think many people wanted to see, and more people were curious, because we really didn't get that in the original. But this 2018 version, what Blumhouse and company has done, was just, to me, I was shockingly good. Like, I was so satisfied when I left the theater back in 2018, and I just couldn't wait for the sequel to come out. And then when I found out that there was 2 more movies coming out, I was like, okay, well, that's good. That's good. But anyway, yeah, I am hyped to see this. I think the trailer looks good. They didn't show too much, like you said, especially plot wise. We pretty much what's going to happen. And the other thing I did like as well, and it was easier for it made it easier for fans to follow who were watching on screen. But I do like that they did a split screen with the older characters and the characters that they were portraying from when they were younger in the older films. I mean, I pretty much already knew who that older woman was in the car because she still looks the same. She was, I believe, the nurse in the first movie that takes Loomis to the hospital. I'm almost positive that's who it is. I don't think she was in part 2, but I think she was in part 1. I think, if I'm not mistaken, guys, and don't hate me on this, I'm pretty sure she's also Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. I think
that I'm not. I don't remember.
I honestly can't remember. I know Jamie Lee Curtis's mom plays in Halloween H2O as the I know she's in H2O, and I know who the woman is. I know who her mom is. But I feel I honestly, I take that back. I might be wrong on that, but I do know who she is from the original movies.
Right.
But so that was a good, and also too, we get to see who that woman was, asking the kids, and they're like, oh, we're playing hide and seek with the guy with the white mask. So yeah, so it did make the trailer a little bit easier to follow as far as the characters, because I know Anthony Michael Hall also plays a character. It's not the same. He's not the same actor from the one who played as a kid. But he's also in this as well, reprising a role from a younger boy that I believe Jamie Lee Curtis babysits. So, all right. That being said, that's pretty much it. And there's really not much else to talk about. A 2-minute trailer. I am excited now. Are you going to see this in the theater, or are you going to be watching it on streaming?
Probably on streaming, because if I'm being completely honest, the one thing I've always disliked about Halloween, compared to Jason or Freddy, it's confided to one town. So it's like I don't really want to look forward to seeing another movie that's in the same town. I think what could give this franchise new legs is once he finishes business,
Mhm.
he moves on. But if you're tethering him to only his where he's from, it's kind of just, well, you're not gonna after this next movie take what 15, 20 years off, or 10 years off rather, and then just reboot it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, I don't really know where your legs are if you're limiting it to that. So me, I think what I could kind of stomach more is just watching it at home. Because to have a whole theater experience, and then like you said, you've already said there's going to be another one, so it's kind of like, well, that's kind of ruined for me. So there's no really suspense to that. Will he die? Like, we know he won't. So it's kind of just like, I already have Peacock. I'd rather see it for free.
Well, even after the third one, like you said, I mean, if they reboot it, they reboot it, but there's always going to be money to be made. And Michael Myers and Halloween, the franchise itself, is a very lucrative franchise, if done right. We've had definitely some bad sequels, and we had bad sequels in all these franchises that we've had.
Sure.
We've had a stalemate for Friday the 13th because of legal issues. Same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street, but
Mhm.
those movies as well. Talk about being cuckolded to one neighborhood or whatever. All three franchises pretty much did the same thing. Now, we had a couple of movies, that maybe one that Jason left Crystal Lake. Obviously, Jason X doesn't count because he's in space, and that movie was horrible. But and even Nightmare on Elm Street, I believe maybe Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. He leaves Elm Street and he just makes Elm Street somewhere else. But for the most part, they're all the same. Now, my Halloween, the only movie I believe to not take place in Haddonfield, I'm almost positive, is H2O, but that's no longer canon.
Yeah, but I think, okay, so I think the thing with Jason is, like, you could do something like, all right, the original was Crystal Lake, right?
Yeah.
And then they stop him, he's underwater for 5, 10 years. When he comes up, it's like a whole new establishment. It's not what he remembers. And then you can just keep doing that because things do change.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like Halloween, it's like it seems like the same time period. It seems like obviously we're getting the same people that we did before. So it's just a question of like, how do you reboot that? Because you see in this trailer, the town is now aware of Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, well, if they're aware, whoever survives, I'm sure will tell the story for the next generation so that they're better prepared. I think I kind of just like my horror franchises to get a bit silly, like the shot we get in this trailer where the whole crowd is like shouting his name.
Mhm.
I want Michael Myers to come out there and just go John Wick, just start like
I'm
hands.
sure he will. I'm sure he will. I think we're going to get a lot of group kills. And like you said, if we got the kills that we did in the trailer, I could only hope or imagine we're going to get greater and bigger.
Man.
And also, too, I don't want to forget, because I actually just recently rewatched it as far as the movies go with leaving their respective areas. But
Mhm.
Jason also did come to Manhattan
And he
in
did face.
in part 8. Horribly represented, by the way. I know Manhattan and New York, the city itself was not a place you'd want to be in the 80s. I get it. But they always outdid it with the graffiti, and the dirt in the street, the alleyways. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember it to be that bad, but either way, no, I'm with you. But I probably want to see it in the theater because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't see H2O in the theaters, which I believe I did, Halloween 2018 is actually the first Halloween I've ever seen in the theaters before. So it was a good experience, and it was good to enjoy it with people that were fellow horror fans that really, because this film delivered as far as, scares, and they made them scary again, which was good. And that's the only thing you can hope for in these other franchises, especially. I'm still waiting out on Nightmare on Elm Street to be done right, as a reboot, obviously without Robert Englund.
Clearly,
So,
like Blumhouse is the only place that can do it.
yeah. All right, guys. that's pretty much it. We're going to wrap up. And so stay tuned, because obviously if you're not watching this live, it's going to be recorded and you're going to see it on my channel. But we're also going to be doing a live reaction to the brand new Stranger Things trailer as well. So you guys have a great night. Juwan, I appreciate you coming on and watching this trailer with me and getting your input. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.